Hey everyone, I'm Sean.
I'm Leo.
And I'm JD.
And welcome to Review Month.
What we're going to be doing for Review Month in December is all of the Arnolds are going to be reviewing games that they love.
The games that we hate.
And the games that we're passionate about.
So join us every single day
At 4 p.m.
GMT time.
to see what games we loved in 2014.
Child, tuck yourself in bed. Let me tell a story of Lemuria, a kingdom past, and a girl born for glory. Lost from our world came she. Treachery gave close chase. She raised her sword and flew, for she feared not the race. Long lost lights to save, a mad queen to defeat. The journey would transform her destiny to meet. The path home tragic and faint. Beware the night, child of light.
Child of Light.
The game that started it all.
The game which inspired us to make this channel in the first place and allowed me to bring that higher level of thinking into video games towards a passionate enthusiast like JD. What a refreshing game, what a breath of fresh air. It's an RPG which has a very basic turn-based style game. It's not very long. A lot of people say they can beat it in 10 hours, but I took 30 because there's a lot of depth there if you want to look, if you so look forward to it. And I just absolutely love the game. It's such a standout game.
As do I.
I mean,
it's so good.
It's just completely refreshing.
There's not one bad thing about that game that I can think of right now.
Now,
off the top of my head.
normally we talk about the gameplay when we've been doing these videos, but I think the first thing which I want to talk about is the design. The design is amazing for this game, even though it's not mind-blowing, but it's just such a pleasure to play. The creators of this game had the idea of trying to turn the style of an old-fashioned children's storybook into a co-op style game which you can follow along the narrative, and it's designed to be played with an adult and a child together, and where you take along this character Aurora through her own journey. What did you think of the art?
It's just it looks breathtaking. Like, you could not even playing the game, you could just sit there, look at that. It would amaze you already. It's all of it's like hand drawn, hand painted, watercolors, pastel-y, nice. Just
it looks fantastic, and the character designs are phenomenal too. They're just so interesting and varied. I think we did a review of this earlier in the year. It was our very first video, and I'm going to repeat myself in that one. But the characters aren't your typical style of characters. They are kind of unique. They're not absolutely unique. You may have seen things similar to this before, but it's not very often when you play a game and you see a cast of characters so varied and diverse. Speaking of diversity, the music.
The music was composed by Kurd Pira. I don't know how to say it.
Sorry, we're butchering your name, girl, but you're absolutely fantastic. Sorry, we don't speak an inch of French. But the producer of the music for this game did an amazing job, which really just captivates every single scene that you play through. It's like reading a story, it's like watching a movie, and yet having that interactive element up to it. The music is just breathtaking. Just to use one of your words from earlier on. What else I want to talk about is the combat. What do you think of the combat for the game?
It's not like anything else that I've played. It's based on time where kind of like in Final Fantasy VII, and other Final Fantasy games where it's not turns, but how much time you have.
It's active.
Yeah.
It's an active time system where you have a time bar at the bottom, and depending on how fast your character is or how slow they are, will determine their moves. And it keeps the battles very fast paced, it keeps it very exciting, and the battles can get extremely challenging. Very challenging. You get to points in the game where you just think, oh my gosh, how do I beat this set of monsters? And then when you do, the feeling is just incredible.
So satisfying. It makes you it feels really good.
Just a great feeling of achievement. I loved it. I loved it. It's one of my favourite games of the year, but also one of my favourite RPGs of all time. I try to recommend it to as many people as possible. I think it's great to introduce to someone who may not be into video games, and it might be a good stepping stone for them into the RPG genre.
Definitely.
And
because it's not hardcore RPG.
No, it's very, very simple, very, very easy to get into, but yet still satisfying for those hardcore enthusiasts. Can't really say much more than that, but besides that, please check out our order review. There's also JD, who loves this game, has played this song in front of a crowd. He's also played it for the channel, so please go out and check those videos to have a taste of the music. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, and
Okay, thanks, bye.